next guest is the original princess of pop who hit the teen music scene in 1987 and skyrocketed to fame. And since then, she sold over 16 million albums. Now singer Deborah Gibson leaves her teen idol image behind and bears all in a sexy new spread for the March issue of Playboy magazine. Joining me tonight is not Debbie Gibson, but Deborah Gibson.
I feel so schizophrenic. And I haven't seen footage from that concert in a really long time.
Okay.
I was having a sense memory moment there.
There you go. Now, it's interesting. You were the ultimate teen pop princess, okay? And when I look at some of the folks who've had that title for a period of time since then, the Britney Spears of the world or Lindsay Lohan, they calculated or not, at a point when they were maybe 19, 20 years old, took on a much more tawdry image. They left the little girl behind and kind of blossomed into a much sexier...
Yeah, they're all proclaiming to be a woman at 19. It's like, well, now that I'm a woman,
right.
I think,
and you didn't do that. You, interesting enough, now...
At 34.
Decided you're going to go through your public adolescence.
Yeah, you know, that's a really good way of putting it.
I mean, that's what it is.
I guess that is really what it is. And it wasn't like a calculated decision, although it's funny because I kind of went through that public adolescence through theater, although 99% of the public is not in tune with what's going on Broadway, because if you live in Oklahoma, you know,
they're not knowing that you're doing Les Mis and all that stuff.
Right. So, you know, through my theater roles, like Gypsy, Cabaret, especially Cabaret, playing Sally Bowles in Cabaret is like, you're standing there in a corset this far away from the audience and aggressively performing for people.
But that's still to a small audience. But is it fair to say...
Exactly. But it kind of prepared me for the bigger
But is it fair to say that, you know, and now you're on the scene again in a big way, but is it fair to say that maybe you made a career mistake by not going there? Because we, the public, we see people, you are a teen star. So we're going to always see you as a teen star until you decide to show us so the very thing that people put Britney down for and put Lindsay Lohan down is it's very smart.
I'll tell you what, it could be a career mistake, but it's a personal victory because I'm here and I'm sane and I'm happy and I'm healthy. And how many teen stars can say that? And I think the ones that grow up too fast are the ones that get into trouble. And I've always made my career decisions based on if it agreed with my gut. And, you know, so yeah, from an outsider looking in, absolutely, I should have vamped it up at 20.
Totally.
Wasn't at home with it. And I think the public sees through that. And then there's no recovering from that if you do that too soon.
Well, unless you continue to graduate. I mean,
unless
Madonna
you're really at home with it,
Madonna has been brilliant in that she stayed true to her brand, which is cutting-edge sexuality, like a Virgin Ava, but keeps evolving it into now she's a sexy mom, and then she went to sexy lesbian.
I've never been comfortable being a brand. I've always been comfortable being a human being. And if my career goes like that because of it,
but what you're doing now, I mean, I want to know why now you decide to do the Playboy.
Without a doubt. You know, the call came in about 5 years ago. The call came in when I was 17, 21, 25, 28.
Those wacky Hefners, right.
Oh, yeah, they have you on speed dial. It's like a little pop-up message. She's 28 now, call her. She's 34, call her again. No, I got the call about 5 years ago, and it was the first time I thought, you know what, I think I'd be into possibly doing this if it was really on my terms. And they didn't really want to give me full creative freedom, and so I opted not to do it. But when it came up again, I can't explain it, but my friends and family understood because they've been around me like 24/7 for the last few years, and they've watched me evolving. I've become so comfortable in my own skin, and one of my issues actually in acting class has always been, Deb, you're a people pleaser, and you've got to drop that. You've got to be more concerned with how you feel and what you think than what other people think. And when you do start as a teen, you're constantly kind of like editing yourself and hoping you're not offending fans and doing... And I just woke up and went, I'm not a role model for 10-year-old girls anymore. My fans are grown, I'm grown, and I just felt like it was a personal turning point. It was almost like the equivalent of skydiving for me. Like, if I do this,
well,
I would feel free to do...
You said it was going to free yourself, and that is because reality is, and I know you haven't thought of yourself as a brand, but your brand was the cute teen pop princess.
Without a doubt.
And now, if you had said to me, Debbie Gibson, or Deborah, so yeah, Debbie Gibson, until I saw you like this now, and until I see you in Playboy, I wouldn't even think in a million years of casting you maybe in a movie or whatnot.
Without a doubt. I actually had a casting director recently call my agent, and she goes, I didn't know she was an adult.
Right.
And I mean, for me, that's shocking, but you're right. Because I don't consciously think, how many people in America are seeing me with this image now? I don't track it that way.
Right.
So I, you know, like I said, I just follow my gut, and whatever happens, happens, you know, so.
I guess we've talked a lot about this on the show, that the new black is sluttiness. I mean, I'm not saying in your case. In terms of,
I hear you.
And the more slutty you are and the more sex videos, the better it is. So I want to just ask you a question. I think you are doing the right thing for your career. But are you now piling on and sending a signal to all the young girls of America that you can't stay pure forever? That basically that's the ticket to okayness, but if you want that superstardom, at some point you either got to take it off, pull it up, slip it aside.
Well, I think you do have to be brave and bold at some point and not be stuck in your own, like, for me, it's like you set up all these rules for yourself when you're a kid, and I think it's okay at some point to break them. And whether that has to do with nudity or taking on a role like Charlize Theron did in Monster, or whatever it means to you, I do think at some point, yes, you have to, like I said, free yourself from all of that stuff, or you get stuck in the mud.
Okay, we're gonna play a little of Naked on the way out, which you actually produced yourself.
Yeah, actually, well, my friend Ernie Lake produced the single. I financed it myself. We executive produced it because the major label thing wasn't happening for me.
Forget about it. Always do it yourself.
Well, yeah, I wanted to do it on my own terms, so I did it myself, and it's in stores now and on iTunes, and check it out.
Deborah Gibson. March issue of Playboy is on newsstands now, and Deborah's new single is called Naked, as we said. I thank you, Miss Gibson. There's more Big Idea coming. Stick around. Next up, the winner of the ESPN Dream Job. And later on, they broke into Paris' cell phone. Are any of us safe? We'll talk about hackers. Keep it right here.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
Carrie,